What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this, pretty gloomy Wednesday morning, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. If this is your first time here, definitely do me one huge favor. Subscribe over to the Arizona Sports Fan here on YouTube. We are a growing community, and this thing is just going up and up and up. If you haven't already, smack the like button. Smack the like button. Do it for the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk everything Hard Knocks today. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm absolutely super excited. And if you're asking yourself, Mike, what? This is the third time you went live at 10:30. Is this going to be a thing? I'm going to try to make it a thing at least Monday through Friday. Obviously, things happen, right? Life happens, but this is going to be the morning show that we're going to try to do at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not really quite 100% sure what the schedule looks like, but we are still putting out the short videos as well. I know there's a lot of fans of the short videos. They just want to hear the information. Just get to the point, Mike. I don't want to hear you and your mustache talk. And then there's other people out there that love the podcast type of videos, right? So we're gonna try to do the best of both worlds, moving forward. So definitely smack the like button. We have 42 people already in the stream. If you haven't already smacked the like button, definitely smack it up. Let's talk some Arizona Cardinals, my favorite team, your favorite team. Come on, come all, everybody. Let's all witness the madness, the absolute disaster that we're going to see in Hard Knocks today. Now, if you guys don't know, Hard Knocks is appearing today. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of November, and it is going to be at 8 p.m. Phoenix time, Arizona time. Now, obviously, I know Phoenix or Arizona has some weird times. Sometimes we're Pacific, sometimes we're Mountain Standard. It's going to be 8 p.m. Mountain time at this moment. So just keep that in mind. 8 p.m. If you're in Arizona, then 8 p.m. is all you need to worry about. And that's where you're going to be able to watch Hard Knocks on there. Now, what am I expecting to see in this, right? What am I expecting to see in this Hard Knocks episode? I want to see it all, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see it all. Peel back the onion, ladies and gentlemen. Show us the dysfunction of what we know has already been happening in this locker room. If you've been rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here for, a long time, you already know, right? You already know that at least after the second year of Cliff Kingsbury, my main thing was to tell you guys, and hopefully you guys listened, the fact that Cliff Kingsbury is not going to get us a Super Bowl. He's not. And obviously, it has now come apparent that now people are starting to see it, right? Cliff Kingsbury, although he had a really good career with the Arizona Cardinals the first 3 years, now we're starting to see the dysfunction coming up with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, who do you blame this on, right? Who do you blame this whole issue on? Now, I think it's really hard to just pinpoint one specific thing for, Cardinal fans to really look into it and say, this is it, right? This is what's going on, Mike. This is the exact problem. Because honestly, if you really look at this team, it's a complete crap show right now. Like legit, this organization is a complete crap show. And for all the new Cardinal fans that have, joined the Cardinal organization or the fandom, I appreciate you for, coming through this tough time, because we're going to have a lot of tough times, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always pretty sunshines, unicorns, and rainbows. It isn't. If you haven't been through the John Skeltons, the Matt Leinerts, the Ryan Lindleys, the Kevin Cobbs, the Derek Andersons, then hey, welcome. This is the Arizona Cardinals organization in a nutshell. We exceed expectations in 1 to 2 years. We rebuild for 5 years. And then this is kind of what it is, right? Now, I went ahead and posted a poll on my community tab earlier this week. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Now, I got over 1,500 votes, so I appreciate everybody for participating in the community tab where we have polls and questions and all this different stuff. I asked you guys, the Bird Gang, I said, who is to blame for this 2022 Arizona Cardinals? Like, who's to blame? Like, what's going on here? Now, this is the options I gave you guys, right? Now, obviously, there's 4 options. We have Cliff Kingsbury, we have Kyler Murray, Steve Keim, and Michael Bidwell. Now, I am very shocked that we don't have a lot more Steve Keim. I'm very shocked. Now, I get it, right? If you're going to give one option, if you're going to give one decision right now, who you would pick, I think most people would pick Cliff, right? I think most people would pick Cliff. But truth be told, Steve Keim definitely deserves a lot of this blame as well. He absolutely does. Michael Bidwell got 8% because I do believe people also think, hey, it starts off at the top. But if you take a look at the percentages here, ladies and gentlemen, 9% says Kyler Murray and 8% says Michael Bidwell. So per this 1,500 of people, the percentage is saying that Michael Bidwell is the least to fault for this 2022 season. I disagree. I absolutely disagree. Michael Bidwill and the Bidwill family has done this to this Cardinals, fandom, this Cardinal organization for years. Nothing's changed. Now, in 2015, it looked like he had a fire under his belly, right? It looked like he wanted to win. That's what it seemed like for Cardinal fans, that Michael Bidwill wanted to win. But no, right? 4 or 5 years down the road, it kind of seems like he's just a Michael Bidwill or Bill Bidwill 2.0. That's what it feels like at this very moment. The Arizona Cardinals were supposed to be aggressive this year. They were supposed to be aggressive this year and go for the Super Bowl, because this was the perfect time to do so, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the NFC West, this was the perfect year to do so. The Arizona Cardinals created some consistency. We gave everybody contracts like we're giving out hotcakes, right? You get a contract, you get a contract extension. Everybody gets a contract extension. We're giving out contracts. This was supposed to be the year for the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle Seahawks lost Russell Wilson. They were supposed to be going through a rebuild mode. The San Francisco 49ers was rolling with a second-year quarterback that nobody knew anything about. Right? He got hurt in his second or third week. Jimmy Garoppolo comes back in. And then, the Rams having a Super Bowl hangover. This was supposed to be the year for the Arizona Cardinals. This one right here. And of course, what happens? The crapshoot that we're seeing here for our Cardinal organization. The Arizona Cardinals are who we thought they were going to be in this offseason. They are. They're a dysfunctional, leaderless, accountable-less organization. And per this poll that I ended up posting here on my community tab, for the most part, everybody's pointing the finger at Cliff. They want heads to roll, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you at the least. But I do believe Michael Bidwill deserves more percentage, and I believe Steve Keim believes to be right there, right? I think they need to be up there with Cliff. I think it needs to be Cliff, Keim, literally right here. Right there is what it needs to be. And the reason why Cliff is just above is because Cliff is basically the guy that's the face, right? He's the one making the decisions on the game day. Steve Keim should be right here. Michael Bidwill should be right here. And then Kyler Murray should be right here. And here's my reason as to why. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, here goes Mike. Mike's saying, oh, it's not Kyler. I'm not saying it's not Kyler Murray's fault. Kyler Murray's having a terrible year. He's not having the best MVP year like we've seen. I know. I'm fully aware that Kyler Murray doesn't look great, right? I'm honestly starting to doubt, should we have extended this young man? But I still want to see Kyler Murray with another head coach. I want to see it. Show me Kyler Murray and what he could look like with another head coach. If it doesn't work with that head coach, then we know it's out. This guy is uncoachable. He can't do it. He can't be that leader we all want him to. But I want to see him with an NFL head coach. We put everybody in this locker room and failed. We put everybody in this locker room and failed everybody in that locker room by getting a nobody head coach that knew nothing of the NFL. And they threw in a rookie quarterback out there and expected it to work. The Arizona Cardinals organization set us out to fail. They put Cliff Kingsbury out there with no NFL experience, and they said, F it. They said, F it. Listen, let's wing it. Let's see what happens. He's an offensive guru. We got a quarterback coming into the draft that we've never seen anything like, right? He can run the ball. He can pass the ball very, very well. We were set to fail from the start. We were set to fail. Cliff is not a head coach, an NFL head coach. He's not. It's too much for him. There's too much going on within the NFL level that he can't quite grasp. And the reason why I'm saying this now and such more emphasis is because when Cliff Kingsbury came out, when the media asked him, why has Robbie Anderson not been involved in this offense? Cliff Kingsbury came out with a straight face and said that there was no time to get him ready and prepared because all we're thinking about is the next game. What? There's no reason why we're making a trade for a wide receiver, possibly a wide receiver number 2, and he has -4 yards, 1 reception in 3 games. No reason. The Cardinals organization put us here. They said, F it. Let's wing it. Let's try it. Michael Bidwell liked the results because we went from a 5.5 win team to an 8-team win to an 11-win team. And he said, F it. You get an extension. You get an extension. We all get extensions because of the mindset of what Michael Bidwell has. Michael Bidwell deserves more fault to this. Now, I get it. We can't say fire on Michael Bidwell. We can't, right? We can't say Michael Bidwell's a billionaire. This man just bought a jet. This man just built a little building outside his great lawn. This guy's a billionaire. He can't be touched. I'm aware. But what you can do is knock out his best buddy, Thanos over there with a big head. You can knock him down. Get him off. Get him out. Cliff Kingsbury, I respect you as a person, from person to person. You seem like a real cool dude, my guy, but you're not doing it for the Cardinals. You're not doing it. You're putting us in a position to not succeed at all. We got to start over. We got to admit our faults. We got to admit our faults. And that's exactly why I'm excited about Hard Knocks. That's exactly why I'm excited about Hard Knocks this year, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be able to see the dysfunction of what we already knew is happening. We already knew this was happening. Fans that watch games after game after game, we already knew it. We needed the proof. And this Hard Knocks is going to give us that proof. Did you guys see the recent video of Budda Baker on that Hard Knocks? It's that Hard Knocks preview that's kind of getting you hyped up for Hard Knocks to watch it. The tears in the man's eyes that is trying to plead out and cry for help from his teammates and asking them, I am sick and tired of losing. I am sick and tired of losing, he says. And it doesn't help. Cliff Kingsbury even said we had so many player meetings. We had so many meetings. At this point, I mean, I think Cliff has given up. I truly do think Cliff has given up. Cliff doesn't know what to do. It's a crapshoot right now. Let me get to my first contribution of the day. We got Ethan coming up here. He says, Bidwell seems complacent to this whole situation. I agree. And honestly, the best way to get this rectified is to rip it off like a Band-Aid. Rip it off. Because the moment that you start to get a new leadership, the moment you start to realize, okay, we're getting rid of the person that can't fix it, now you start looking at your players. Which players are truly want to be an Arizona Cardinal? Which players are here for the money? Which players really want to be great? This is when you can actually evaluate it. But no, in Michael Bidwell's eyes, he's saying, okay, let's write it out. Because technically, mathematically, we're not out of it yet, right? Technically, we're not. You ask a real fan, we're not going anywhere this year. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not. We're not a Super Bowl winning team. We're not. Sorry, breaking news. We're not. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. We ain't going to no playoffs. This team is dysfunctional. Absolutely dysfunctional. Let me show you guys the video that I was talking about here, right? Let me share my screen here real quick, and I can show you what I'm talking about. And this is going to be Budda Baker pleading and asking for some sort of help from his team, right? This is the one I wanted to show you guys right here. Let me just make sure it looks good. Okay, perfect. So this is the video I wanted to show you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this man. He is sick and tired of losing at home. He's pleading to his team. Let's take a look.
Come on. Let's go, man.
And that's all I'm going to put right there. I'm not going to play the entirety of the video, but that right there tells you, man, this guy is coming out here trying to be the leader. And if Budda Baker can't do it, there's so much issues going on with this organization. It's absolutely bonkers to say that right now, that we're dealing in a situation when we're going into year 4 with the same regime because we wanted to get consistency. We wanted to build a cohesive unit that doesn't go anywhere. And it ended up just biting us in the butt. He ended up biting us in the butt drastically, absolutely drastically. Let's get to AZ Sports Girl. He says, I saw the clip. I gained a lot of respect for him. That's fair. Honestly, my respect has been an all-time high. It's been an absolute all-time high for Budda. And the moment we got Budda Baker, and I was like, Budda Baker's going to be who we wanted Tyrann Mathieu to be. Now, Tyrann Mathieu was great, but when he was with us, he was injured a lot. Budda Baker was the guy, a replica of Tyrann Mathieu, but he stayed healthier a lot more than Tyrann did. I've always had the respect of Budda. Budda's great. We knew it. We knew he was going to be the leader, right? He knew he was going to be a leader in the secondary. It's hard to ask. It's hard to ask, especially if, like, you take a look at everybody in those faces, right? Everybody that's circling around Budda Baker, like, they're just staring at him. They're like, I feel you. There's some people that are like, hey, I feel you. I don't want to lose too. But like, nothing's happening. Nothing is happening for the Arizona Cardinals. It's the same thing that we're saying over and over and over again. There's no consistency. There's no, let's get this right. And that's exactly why I'm excited about Hard Knocks. Let me go and then put this plug in here real quick again. Hard Knocks is appearing today on HBO Max. If you are wanting to watch the dysfunction of the Arizona Cardinals, I don't think it's going to start off in this video or this first one. I think we're going to get a lot of storylines. I think we're going to get a lot of video for, the upcoming season coming up and stuff like that. I think that's what we're going to be seeing in the very first episode. So expect drama, probably not. Now, yes, we did get blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs, so I'm curious to figure out what the locker room looked like after the Kansas City Chiefs. That's one thing I'm very excited about, right? Because we hear it. We hear it time and time again. They show us all the speeches, that they show us everything that good that happens for the Arizona Cardinals when we win. When we don't win, that's when adversity hits. And I don't think this Arizona Cardinal team from the inside knows how to face the adversity because obviously, we're a 3-6 team, and it doesn't seem like we're really going very well anywhere at this very moment. So I see some people in the comments saying tank. I'm not saying tank, but I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to take care of that. like seriously, I'm not going to say sit here and sit Kyler. I'm not saying that. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to take care of it on their own. Right? Wednesdays and Thursdays, or sometimes Tuesday, I usually put my preview out, right? The next coming matchup, we got the Cardinals versus the Rams. Like, how confident is anybody in this chat that it's going to say that we're going to beat the Rams? Now, I get it. The Rams are struggling. The Rams aren't the Rams of last year. They're not. Newsflash, they're not. The Rams aren't the same Rams. But is anybody confident that we're going to be able to beat the Rams with Sean McVay and Cooper Kupp and all the pieces they have over there? Anybody? Yeah, give me some answers in the comments. Is anybody curious? I don't know. I mean, I have a 5% positivity chance that the Arizona Cardinals can pull off an upset. And that's just because the Rams are as dysfunctional as can be. Their offensive line is as bad as our offensive line. It is. This game's going to come down to, obviously, who scores the most points, who's going to be able to score or, kind of rattle the cage of the offensive or the opposing quarterback. That's what this game's going to come down to. Run game equals W. I agree with that. Yeah, this is going to be a run game situation. And it's funny because you have Cliff Kingsbury and you have Sean McVay. Although, yes, Sean McVay has won a Super Bowl, they both stop with the run game. They both do. It's a massacre. They both do it. When they're behind, when it doesn't go their way the first few times, the run game just disappears. So, yes, I agree with you. I think the run game is going to be a very huge factor in this game. But I honestly do think that if the Arizona Cardinals fall behind like they've been doing all year, they're going to abandon it. I don't want them to abandon it. I want James Conner to have a huge game because I do believe that we need to be a balanced offense. We can't just be throw. We can't. But that's the situation. That's the situation we're living in right now, that it's been obvious these last 9 games, we've seen the same thing over and over again. There's nothing that could change anybody's mind at this very moment. And I get it, right? There's people that are positive, and that's fine. Be positive. That's cool. Let's rock it. Let's go. Let's rock and roll in here, right? That's cool. Put your positivity in the air. I'm not saying don't be positive. It's just I don't think the Arizona Cardinals have a chance in heck to even make the playoffs. We've seen so much of the same stuff over and over again, and nothing has changed. Why now? Did the light bulb go off? Why now? We had 9 weeks. It's not like they were going into week 2, week 3. And here's the funny thing, ladies and gentlemen. I've been preaching and saying the same thing over and over again. There's something going on within this locker room. I truly don't believe that Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury like each other. Now, they can be civil with each other. They can work with each other. But I truly believe that man to man, I don't believe they have the same vision. I don't believe they have the same game plan. I believe that they don't work well together. It's what I believe. And the reason why is because we're seeing what we're seeing. There's no way that our team, with the amount of talent that we have, Zach Ertz, DeAndre Hopkins, James Conner. I know he's hurt. We have an offensive line that's Swiss cheese right now. And then, yes, they suck. But we have weapons. We have weapons. There's no way that we are this bad as we are. And I'm not saying losing games, but the little things that happen, right? The little things that happen for the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean the time management, right? Go for it on fourth down or not. The little stuff that happens between games, it always seems to be the wrong thing to do for the Arizona Cardinals, right? We know that our offensive line isn't the greatest. What do we do? Screen, 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 screen. For us, it doesn't work. Other teams, it does work. It's like clockwork for them. Somebody can put a screen on the Arizona Cardinals and gain 10, 15 yards on us because why? I don't know. The players executing it better than us? Yeah, probably. Probably. But that's the situation that we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, there's no way around it. I'm so surprised that we have fans that are still positive. And that's cool. Like I said, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, no, you need to believe everything I believe because, hey, I mean, we're all different people, right? That's why we created this channel, to see the different amount of what's the word I'm trying to say? Like opinions. Yeah, I guess opinions that we have going on with the Cardinals, because per this screenshot, this poll that I ended up posting, most people are blaming this on Cliff. 67%. And Kyler Murray has more blame per this poll than Michael Bidwell. And I highly disagree with that. I highly disagree with, Cliff having 9% and Michael Bidwell have 8%, because it's been something that's been plaguing this Arizona Cardinal organization for years, not just 5 years, not just 20 years, for years. We've never won a Super Bowl in Arizona. Why the confidence? I'm curious. Some people, I guess, truly believe in their mind that if they're negative or they say any ill about their team, that they're not a fan. No, you can be a fan of a team and still say things. You can still say, we don't have it. That's fine. Nobody's going to come out and take your Arizona Cardinal fan card out of your pocket. I promise you. It's almost kind of like there's some people out there that just refuses because I don't know, they're just like, oh my God, I feel so dirty. Jump in the shower, you'll be all right. This Cardinal team from the inside is not good enough for a Super Bowl. And this was the year to do it. This was the year to prove it. Right here. This was the year to prove it. Super Bowl or bust for the Arizona Cardinals. And now we have people questioning Kyler. Now we have people wanting to fire Cliff. Now we have people trying to fire Keim. And now everything is breaking in from the inside out. We have Budda Baker pleading and crying for the help of his teams because he's sick and tired of losing. What did it get us? One win. And to break an 8-game losing streak at home? One win. We're a 3-6 team, ladies and gentlemen. We are who our record is. There's some people out here wanted to be like, oh, let me see if Mike can come up with some positivity about this. No, there's no spitting this, y'all. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. No, there's no sugarcoating this. We are who we are. Yeah, and I have my somebody in the chat here saying we might lose Budda. That's the truth of the nature here. We might. There were some people saying that we should be sellers in this trade deadline. Other people were like, no, let's stand pat. There's still hope. Is there? Do you really think the Arizona Cardinals are going to go 8-0 in the next games? 8-0, 7-1, 6-2? And I know you could say it happened before, right? This happens to teams already, but not to the Cardinals. This has not happened to the Cardinals before. If we're a losing team, we stay a losing team. If we're a winning team, we crash and burn in the end. This is what Cliff Kingsbury does. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm excited about Hard Knocks. Honestly, this is going to be peeling a lot of eyes back. Now, already, we're having a lot of national media talking about us, right? Dysfunctional organization isn't, everybody's trying to bring up their takes of 4 years ago when they said, oh, I was telling you that Cliff Kingsbury wasn't the guy, right? Cliff Kingsbury shouldn't have been hired because this, and that. Steve Wilkes only got 1 year, and then he got canned after three games. Cliff got only 5.5 wins, and, he got an extension 3-4 years later. I mean, do you blame the national media for saying things like this? Vegas saw this coming a mile away. Vegas had us as 6 games win this year? Had us at 6 games winning this year. 5-6. I can't remember exactly at the top of my head, but they had us as a not a good team. What happened? Arizona Cardinals fans came up here, puffed their chest out, and be like, you just watch. You just wait and see. Nah, man, I mean, they're right. This Arizona Cardinal team ain't it. We got 8 games left. Playoffs? You talking to me about playoffs? Can we win 2 straight games? Can we just first get there first and then we can start talking about playoffs? Because as of right now, there seems to be no hope for this Arizona Cardinal team at all. We are who our record tells us that we are. It's the truth of the nature here, ladies and gentlemen. It's the absolute truth of the nature. We need to start off with getting a coach with experience. 100%. I see somebody saying in the chat, and thanks for helping me segue over to my next topic here. Yeah, the next coach that we're going to have to go after is going to be a guy that has experience. Head coaching experience, NFL experience. Hey, maybe take even an offensive coordinator for somebody. Right? Promote him to a head coach. Because on paper, realistically, Cliff literally was a wild card. We picked him up from college. I think he got fired and he was supposed to be the offensive coordinator for, was it USC or something like that? So technically, Cliff wasn't even a head coach. He was supposed to be taking the job of somebody completely different. So that's the wild thing. That's the absolute wild thing here. Whoa, boy. Ozzy, did you mean to do this? Ozzy, did you mean to do this? My goodness, with the super chat. What a huge one. Let me give you a huge thank you here real quick. What in the living heck? Please tell me you meant to do this and that you didn't mean and that you weren't trying to do $1.99. Let me give you a huge thank you.
Got him! Got him!
Ozzy with a huge donation. My goodness. Wow. I appreciate it. He says this. I love Kyler, but I would also love a stand-up 6'4", 6'5", 230 stand in a pocket quarterback who can see over the line. Whoa, can we get some fire emojis for my boy Ozzy up in here right now? My goodness, you are funding this AZ Sports Fan channel on this day, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, can I take a break? Can I get some fire emojis in the comments below? Ozzy, please tell me you meant to do this and you didn't mean to do $1.99. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. It does mean the world. Thank you. Wow. So, I mean, here's the thing. This is the problem, right? This is the situation that we're living in right now, right, Ozzy? The situation of I somehow knew that this was going to happen for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I said it, and I know I have so many new subscribers, so many new, and I thank you everybody for taking your time to watch an AZ Sports Fan video, right? You know, because bottom line is you're giving me your time, right? It's your time. You have family, your work, school, whatever you're doing in your life. You're taking the time out of your life and watching a video of mine, and I truly appreciate it. One thing that I mentioned last year was the fact that this next year 4 is going to be very telling for this Arizona Cardinal team. Very, very telling. We're either going to be, Kyler is going to be continuing to get better and better and better, or we're going to have blood in the water. And right now, we're dealing with the Arizona Cardinals having blood in the water. And let me emphasize on what I'm talking about here. People are now starting to doubt Kyler Murray. And here's the thing, I don't blame him, people, right? Now, me specifically, I still like Kyler. I do. And I know you like him too, right? You started your super chat by saying, I love Kyler, but so I'm not saying you don't. I still want to see Kyler and what he would look like without Cliff Kingsbury. It's just kind of where I'm going at this very moment, right? It's kind of what I feel in my heart of hearts. I want to see what Kyler looks like with a different head coach. Now, I know everybody's saying, you know, Sean Payton, right, Mike? Get Sean Payton, right? That's the guy. I agree. Sean Payton would be wonderful. Would be absolutely wonderful. Is he going to come here? I don't know. I have no clue if Sean Payton's going to come here because last time I looked, Sean Payton is under contract with the Saints until 2024. And that means, and that's through 2024. So I apologize, through. So technically he's got 2 more years with the Saints. So what happens if the Cardinals want him is the Cardinals will need to buy him out, draft picks, anything like that. So yeah, I think on paper, right, I think that we would be foolish to not say that he would be able to help us out, right? Get Kyler to that next level. But I agree. This is the year that is going to be blood in the water. Blood in the water. if Kyler Murray doesn't perform, and he hasn't had his best year. He really hasn't. Let me get to RV Davey here real quick with the $2 donation. Appreciate you, RV. I don't see any comment there, but if you do have a comment, I'll make sure I'll be able to take a look and see what you say. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, this is the truth of the nature, right? I mean, when I asked you guys, do we have hope, right? Is there a hope for the Arizona Cardinals? A lot of people said no. Some people said yeah, and that's cool. If we do promote VJ, AZ Sports Girl, if we do promote VJ, it's for the interim. That's it. That's it. It's for the interim. I want a new head coach. I want a new leadership. So if we do get VJ up in here, and here's my prediction. I said this on my last live stream yesterday. If we do bring VJ in, it's with the thoughts and prayers that he's only going to be an interim unless he turns this ship around quickly. 2, we need new leadership. Absolutely. Steve Keim needs to get canned. Whatever he's done with all these other players, it's left bad blood. No players want to come here because nobody wants to get treated the way that Pat P got treated. Nobody wants to get treated the way Tyrann Mathieu got treated, David Johnson, BA. And like I said, it's only speculations, right? I don't really know what happened with BA. It's just really weird, right? Oh, health concerns, right? Retire. The next year he comes back and he goes to the Bucks and they win a Super Bowl. It's wild. So truth of the nature here, ladies and gentlemen, this Arizona Cardinal team needs to get a whole complete overhaul. And I know people don't like to listen to it, but this is the best thing to do for the Arizona Cardinals. Right here would be the best thing to do because we have Kyler. He's still young. He still can be molded. What is he, like 24, 25 years old still? Let's take a look at how old Kyler Murray is. He's 25. Kyler Murray's still 25 years old. He still can learn. But we need somebody that's going to hold Kyler accountable and not hold a football like this. What the frick? Why are you holding the football like that? Not hold a football like this in the year 4? We need somebody that's going to be able to sit him down and say, Kyler Murray, you should have got rid of the ball right there. What were you doing? Why were you thinking this when you should have done this? That's what somebody needs to do. Somebody needs to get in Kyler's face and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. And I don't mean get in the face like, oh, you suck, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying yell at the young kid. I'm saying teach him. Teach him. Let me get to my guy, Me Wilson, here with the super chat. He says, Mike, this team would be better in the hands of Sean Payton or whoever can work with Kyler. Also, I would to meet you and do a podcast with you in the future. We are not Super Bowl ready this year. I agree. Yeah. Well, Me Wilson, if you're actually interested, give you a little insight. Obviously, this is completely out of the blue, but thanks for the super chat. There's going to be a lot more opportunity. I am taking this on full time, just FYI, if you guys don't know this, and I know I talk about this in all my podcasts, but I want to make sure you guys are fully aware that, hey, this is full time here from Mike in the AZ Sports Fan channel here. This is full time. So that's the reason why you're seeing me a lot more. That's the reason why you're seeing a lot more videos. It's not just because, I'm throwing a whim. No, I got a lot of free time. I have a lot of things to talk about for our Arizona Cardinals. So more opportunity definitely coming on the way. So definitely DM me on my social media if you are interested. Everything's going to be on the description of this video, and the handles are right here. So opportunity is going to be coming up here pretty soon. So I appreciate you. We do have somebody say Mike Vrabel will figure it out. I do like Mike Vrabel. I do. Somebody asked me about Frank Reich, and why not him. I don't mind Frank Reich. I really don't. The situation that I want is I would love somebody to come in that can lead by example. That's what I want. I want somebody that's come from an offense that's done very, very well and give him the opportunity is what I would want. So yes, Mike Vrabel will be cool, but we've seen him as a head coach, right? I mean, he's been good, right? He's been awesome with the Titans, but I mean, I want somebody to take us to the next step. I want us to elevate. That's what I want. Give me maybe Eric Bieniemy. I feel like it's so weird that Eric Bieniemy still hasn't got an opportunity. I don't know. I don't know him personally, so maybe there is something off that I don't really know about him. Eric Bieniemy, Sean Payton's. I would love Sean Payton. Give up our first round picks, give up whatever you need to give up. Bring Sean Payton in. Bring him in. That would be my dream right there. Sean Payton would be my dream. Do I get my dreams, come true? Nah, not usually. So I don't want to fall in love with the idea and then not happen. You know what I mean? So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Let me get to my guy Ethan here with the super chat. He says the front office definitely does not have their players' best interests in mind. I really think Bidwell and Keim just interested in the money. Dude, facts. Ethan, absolute facts. 100%. And this is the situation, right? Like, it sucks that we have to deal with a year like this to finally realize it. It sucks that we have to deal with a year like this to finally realize that you're right. The biggest thing that Michael Bidwell had going for him is I honestly think that his main thing was trying to build that little building out and the great lawn. Sports betting, so much money. Michael Bidwell bought a private jet this last offseason. With the money that you guys spend on tickets, with the money that you guys spend on merch, with the money that you guys spend on these big things of popcorn for $18, $20, that's what the helped fund his jet. And he's allowing Cliff to continue? Why? Cliff doesn't want to be here. You can tell on his face. Cliff looks like a guy that just got punched or saw his puppy got punched. He just looks defeated. Cliff doesn't look like he wants to be here. Or maybe he's tired because the media keeps hounding him, but that's a part of the job. Am I wrong? The part of the job to be a head coach is for you to be in this position. It is what it is. I'm sorry, right? Sorry, not sorry, but this is it. It is. I'm sorry. We got Jesus saying Sean doesn't like Kyler. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? Oh, here we go. Jim Harbaugh. Woo! I haven't heard that name in a hot second. Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh. Okay, I see you. I see you there, Emil Wilson. John Harbaugh that'd be pretty cool. I mean, he's still in Michigan right now. So, I mean, obviously that would be an upgrade for him. Or actually, I think Michigan's paying him pretty darn good, I think. Last time I heard, he actually got a pretty good payday with them. So, we'll see. There's so much things that's going to come out of this Hard Knocks, y'all. There's so much things that's going to come out of this Hard Knocks. And I'm actually finally happy that we're going to be able to see it. I don't know about you guys, right? There's some people that don't like me, and that's fine. Like, I mean, you don't have to like everything I say. That's okay. I pride myself in telling the truth and nothing but the truth. That's what I pride myself on. I don't want to sit here and act like the big sports radio hosts and tell you guys things is going to be okay when it's not going to be okay. It's not. This is the hard day. These are the hard times. These are the dog days. This is when adversity hits you as a fan and you really realize, am I a real good fan, or am I just in it for the experience? This is where it hits you. It's like Rocky Balboa once said when he had that conversation in that Rocky 6 where he told his son, it's not about how hard you can get hit. Or it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That's exactly what this is. As fans, you're put in the same situation as well as these players are. How are you going to respond? Going to sit here, sit in a fetal position and just say that the season is over, we're done. Let's not talk about it. This team sucks. You could do that. You can still go to games. That's fine. If that's the way you cope, that's cool. It's your money. You do what you want. Me? This is what I do. This is what I do. I created this podcast 4 years ago, and now it's finally starting to get steam because this ain't easy, ladies and gentlemen. I had so many people tell me up and down and forward and right and tell me, who the hell are you? Have you ever played football a day of your life? I'm like, nah, I'm a fan. I'm just a diehard fan of the Arizona Cardinals that allow this organization to sway my emotions. That's who I am. This is tough business to be in, but honestly, I love every second of it because I can talk about my team and get your guys' opinion on the second of it all. Let's get this going here. Let's continue with these super chats. Appreciate the contribution. We got Ethan coming up clutch with another super chat. He says, I'm really confused on the drop off of the play calling this year from last. Is Cliff being figured out? Honestly, I think it's a mix of both. Honestly. So think of it this way, Ethan. The Arizona Cardinals were a 7-0 team, right? We were a 7-0 team at one point. We were great. We were fantastic. We were riding high. Nobody was able to beat us. Nobody can figure us out. What happens is that defensive coordinators get paid to stop that team, right? That's what they get paid for. The Lions put it out on the field because when the Lions should had no business with us being on the field with them, they beat us. And that's what people did. They said, what did Matt Patricia do that we're not doing? They took a look at that. And then our offense truly fell at the end of the season of last year. A lot of people don't want to see it, but our offense fell off at the last part of the 2021 season, not the beginning of this year. It was actually the 2021 season is where the Arizona Cardinals fell off. It's just because we were an 11-win team, people didn't want to talk about it. People didn't want to talk that, hey, we are a bad team now because we're 11 wins. That's all people care about, the win column. But truth be told, this Arizona Cardinal offense got dysfunctioned and destroyed at the last part, maybe the last 5 or 6 games of the season. That's what happened. And on top of that, our offensive line is garbage too. So like our offensive line is bad. So Kyler can't really sit in the pocket very much. So it's a lot of different things. Kyler can't sit there. He can't really read very much because he doesn't have very much time. He needs to scramble. He's in scramble mode. So it's a lot of different stuff. Defensive coordinators catching on, Kyler having a crappy offensive line. And, it just kind of, it all falls. Self-inflicted wounds. We hurt ourselves is what it comes down to. Let me get to me, Wilson. He says, Mike, you should coach or run the team as a GM. I'm definitely, I know people actually told me this before. I'm not a coach. That's not who I am. I never actually, the closest thing I've gotten to football is playing Madden. Legit. No, I'm not about that. Like, no, GM on the other hand, I feel like I can evaluate somebody like a mofo. You know what I mean? I feel like I could definitely evaluate, but it's what people are going to say, right? What have you done, right? What have you done to get this position? I mean, it's the exact same things that Cliff Kingsbury's done to be a head coach. The exact same things that, Steve Keim done to get his GM spot. You just got to know somebody. Know somebody within the top of the business. That's what you got to do. Make close friends to billionaires. That's what you need to do. That's it. That's the hack of life, ladies and gentlemen. Know rich friends because they will get you a job and they will pay you very, very richly. That's what you need to do. Let's get to the super chat here from MGO. Appreciate you. He says, no free agent is going to want to play for Steve Keim and Cliff. Our culture is a mess, and we are becoming a laughingstock. We need new people, please. Yes. 100%. 100%. A lot of people sometimes forget that people in the free agency, yes, sometimes you can pay people the big money, right? Sometimes you can pay people the big money. But truth be told, players talk to players. I'm pretty sure Patrick Peterson has gotten to a lot of players' ears. You don't want to go to the Cardinals. Trust me. You got Steve Keim, a.k.a. Thanos, over there running this show, and he's not good. He's not a people person. It's all about the business to him. Yeah, I think you're right in that aspect of all. Where the free agents that are coming out here, they're looking at the Arizona Cardinals. At one point, Kyler seemed to be that quarterback, and now we're regressing, and we're regressing badly. JK Gamer, what's up? Appreciate the super chat. He says, any new rumors about Sean Payton? I suck with names. No, you're good. As of right now, the only thing that's really happening pertaining to the Arizona Cardinals is every national media is coming out and saying what we've been talking about for years, right? Everybody on this channel, or not everybody, but the people that support this channel and, kind of form their own opinion. Now everybody's catching on. There's no reason that the Arizona Cardinals should be in 3-16. So I do believe Cliff is going to get fired this year. It's just a matter of when. Is it going to be on Black Monday? Is it going to be after the 2 division games? Because we got the Rams and we got the 49ers next. If we go down 0-2 and we're 0-5 in the division, that's the best time to fire Cliff Kingsbury. Because if not, then what else are you waiting for? You're giving a false hope and a false narrative to everybody in the locker room. You're telling them that we don't care that you don't win. That's what you're telling the people in the locker room, that you don't care. Because you're so stuck with your ways and what you're trying to do. We're led to the result that we're dealing with right now. This Arizona Cardinal team can be better. They can be better. It's just we need to get rid of the poison. We need to get rid of the poison in the top. We do. But yeah, I mean, going back to Hard Knocks, y'all, I mean, if you guys don't know, we have 108 people right now. Appreciate everybody, by the way. Every second of your time that you've given to me, anytime you watch a video, you clicked on a video, I appreciate it. I really do. If you guys haven't done so already, do me a huge favor. Can you smack the like button on this video? Just do it for the algorithm. It helps the channel grow out tremendously. Eventually, what I would love this channel to be is a lot bigger than it is. And obviously, now that I'm doing this full time, it helps out, branching out more. That, like I was talking to me, Wilson, I have an idea and thoughts of bringing more personalities on as the AZ Sports Fan umbrella. So definitely, if you're interested, hit me up on the DMs. But appreciate the smacking of the like button. Thank you. Let's get to me, Wilson, with another super chat. Appreciate you. He says, I hate to say this, but do you think we are the Browns of the NFC? I mean, dude, you're not far off. You're not far off from that. You're not. And if anybody tells you anything different, I can only tell you that they don't know the history of the Arizona Cardinals. They haven't been here long enough. That's all I can really tell you. Because the Arizona Cardinals have not done anything since they've been in Arizona. Nothing. We've been to one Super Bowl appearance. One since 88. One Super Bowl appearance. Come on. And that's where I'm sitting here, and I'm like, why? Like, why are we having so much confidence? There's so much fans out there that are so confident with this that we're going to turn it around. History repeats itself. What have we done before that makes us believe that we're a winning culture in this organization? Exactly like injuries happen for the Arizona Cardinals. The moment one thing happens to one key player, Rodney Hudson, Will Hernandez, what was the other one? Justin Pugh, DeAndre Hopkins being out for 6 games, Marquise Hollywood Brown being hurt. We dwindle. We fall apart. No other team does that, but I feel like the Arizona Cardinals. Now, granted, I don't watch and observe a lot of teams like I do my Arizona Cardinals, but that's just what it is. The culture here is bad. The culture here is not a winning culture. We lose one player, we lose 2 players. It's like we don't know how to play football anymore. No team looks that bad when we have a teammate go down. No team does. Yes, you have, some troubles and bumps and bruises, but this is 9 games in. This is 9 games in. And we're looking as bad as we do. So HBO Hard Knocks, please come sooner. HBO Hard Knocks, come on, let's go. Let's get this going. I want to see what you guys have to say. I want to see it. I absolutely do want to see it. JK Gamer with the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. It says Buda Baker is now hurt to his speech. Got me to bro. We actually just watched it. Probably about the 10-15 minute mark of this live stream. We all watched it together, and I'm pretty sure everybody shed a tear because it's sad. Buda Baker wants to win. Buda Baker doesn't want to keep losing at home. There's players within this locker room that we need to observe and say, this is the player we need to keep. This is the player we want to get rid of. This is the player we want to keep. This is the player we want to get rid of. That's what we need to do in this locker room because we have players within that locker room that don't care. That don't care. They're in it for the money. And Steve Keim said that, right? I think it was not this last year, but it was the year that when we ended up getting Isaiah Simmons. He said that they're evaluating things, right? They're evaluating people's personalities because they want to make sure that they love football. I'm not questioning that Isaiah Simmons doesn't like football. I'm not questioning that. But are we saying that he's the alpha dog? Are we saying that he's the guy that's going to be rallying this defense together? No, that's Buddha. That's J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's only been here for 2 years. How does it take one man to rally a defense when this guy hasn't even been rooted in Arizona? Like, what the heck? It's crazy. It's wild. It absolutely is. So, I mean, this is exactly why I'm excited about Hard Knocks, y'all. We're about to hit the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time here, smack the like button, subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. I did mention this a little earlier, so let me do a real quick plug. We are going to try to go live at least 3 to 4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week around this time. So if you ask yourself, Mike, what the heck? Why am I seeing you so much? That's the reason why. We're going full time, baby. We're going full time. And yeah, I brought my BA on that one. Going full time, baby. 100%. Going full time. So that's the reason why you're seeing a lot more of me, a lot more videos being published. We are going to be throwing out another video today at 12 today. So just make sure that you keep your eyes peeled for that next video that we're going to be dropping. That one is going to be a short video. So we're going to be giving you the hour-long podcasts. We're going to be giving you the short videos because there's people out there, right? There's people out there that love the short videos. There's people that love the hour podcast to communicate, to talk, to get engaging in the chat. People love it. So, I mean, I'm all up for it. I got the time. I'm here for you guys. You guys want a spot to cry? You guys want a shoulder to cry on? A place to feel as a community when things aren't going your way on Monday morning? This is where you can come. Talk all things Cardinals so we can dissect and figure out what the hell is going on with our team. Not a place like this that I've ever seen before in my life. It's exactly what we created here. So definitely join the community. It's for free. Don't have to worry about any fees. It's just a subscribe button away. Make sure you have your post notification bell on as well. Let's do this. Let's dedicate the next 9 minutes to you guys. Let's read the chat. Let's hear what you guys have to say, and let's go from here. Let me just give one other huge shout out. We did have a huge donation today from my guy Ozzy. So I appreciate you, Ozzy. Thank you so very much for that huge donation. You obviously didn't have to do that, but thank you so very much. Big shout out to you, my guy. Thank you so very much. All right, let's keep this going to the chat. Let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see. AZ Sports Girl, what's going on? He says, I remember hearing Bidwell say at the beginning of this year that Keim was going to be aggressive. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've talked about that in nauseum, right? We talked about that in nauseum. Yeah. I mean, he said, oh, we're going to be so aggressive. Oh, this is going to be it. This is it. This is the year, ladies and gentlemen. Keim didn't do crap. Or let's just call him Thanos. Thanos didn't do anything. Snapped a finger and destroyed this team. That's what he did. Snapped his finger and destroyed his team. It's wild. Somebody's asking about Mark. What the? No politics, y'all. No politics. Let's keep it going here. We got hey Mike, if you can look at the remaining, what games do you see them winning? Oh, that's a tough one. And here's the reason why it's tough. And I'm not trying to use a scapegoat. Like I still don't know what this Arizona Cardinal team is or who this Arizona Cardinal team is. I'm not gonna sit here and say we can't win any of them because I do think that we can win games. Maybe the Broncos. Maybe the Broncos would be the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's so far like into December. It's like, what's the point at that moment, right? Because the next matchups we have is the Rams that beat us every single which way they can, except for one time under the Cliff Kingsbury era. We have the 49ers, which, they're a wild card. We don't know. They look like a good team. We got the Chargers, the Patriots, which against Bill Belichick, we don't do very good. The Broncos, the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, they don't look so hot either. The Falcons, and then the 49ers. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say. If I'm going to use an easy answer, I'm going to say the Broncos. I'm not going to say that there's no other wins that are going to come for the Cardinals. I think there will be. But, I don't know who this team is. That's the sad thing is usually I can get a gauge and be like, oh, this is our identity. We don't know. We don't have an identity. Our identity is throw that freaking ball to D-Hop. That's our identity. Throw it. Throw it up. That's it. It's sad. It's sad. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Anish there. What's up, Anish? What's going on with the super chat? Appreciate you. A $20 donation. You guys are awfully generous today with the donations. Do you guys like all this new content that's coming your way? Let me know. Be honest with me in the chat. I mean, if you don't like it, it's gonna happen anyways. So just FYI, it's not gonna change. But do you guys like all the content that's coming your way? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys feel at home? Do you guys feel welcome? Do you feel like I'm giving you a hug every time you watch a video? Let me know in the chat. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Anish says Bidwell doesn't want his dirty laundry shown on public. He has ran this franchise like his father for the past 60 years. No accountability, on the shoulders of the delusional fans. Unless ownership changes, nothing will change. Dang. That's deep. That's deep, my dude. That's deep, my dude. I mean, you might be right, though. You might be right. Here's the situation, right? Michael Bidwell spends his money on private jets. Michael Bidwell does a lot of things that, billionaires do, and rightfully so. He deserves it. It's his money. Whatever he wants to do with his money, he can do. But you might be right. The best way to get rid of him is for somebody to buy him out. Jeff Bezos, please come save our life. It's $1 billion, y'all. It's billions of dollars to buy an organization, not millions, billions of dollars to buy an organization. So to say that he's not going to go away is I don't know. It sucks, right? It's the realization to figure out that, man, our ownership doesn't care. That's what it feels like as a fan. So you have to expose Bidwell, right? I was talking to one of my subscribers when we had a call only, when we had our subscribers call in. Somebody said that we need to hire a private investigator. I'm like, dude, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. Get a private investigator and see what Michael Bidwell's dirty laundry is to see if he's a Robert Sarver in the background, right? See if something like that. Yeah, I mean, I agree. We'll see. We have people saying, I love this content. Appreciate you. I love this content. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. Thank you so very much. Smack the like button. Yes, absolutely. Corey says yes, sir. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys for answering. I asked you guys like all this new content coming our way. If you don't like it, no worries. I mean, it's still gonna come out regardless because like I this is my full-time job now, so this is gonna be where my main source of income is coming from. So I appreciate everybody and your awful, gracious donations. Appreciate you. Let's go over to Among Us. He says, Mike, should we get again with the politics? Appreciate that. That's funny. That's a funny one though. Yes, get a private investigator. We gotta do something here, man. We're desperate at this very moment, y'all. We're desperate. We're desperate. Anish says, look at the Patriots before 94. You couldn't pay a homeless man to watch the Patriots trash. After the owners sold them to craft, the culture changed. The culture has, yeah, I mean, you're right. The AZ culture needs to change. I agree. I 100% agree. 100%. Like father, like son. Facts. Private investigator. Let's hire a private investigator, everybody. Let's put our money together. How much do they go for these days, right? Like a couple grand, maybe something like that. Get some dirty laundry on these guys, or even Thanos, man. Get some dirty laundry on Thanos. See if he has any more DUIs under his belt. I'm just kidding. I gotta stop calling him Thanos. Man, looks like Thanos. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Sheesh. Snapping his finger and destroys our team. Sheesh. Snaps his finger and destroys our team. I'll be there to. Oh, nice. All right, Corey. I see you. All right. We're getting to the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, everybody. If this is something that you truly enjoy, all you need to do is smack the like button. And I know every time I tell you to do it, right? You're like, Mike, shut the hell up. All you talk about is that like button. Here's the reason why. And this is actually factual. When YouTubers say smack the like button, the reason why is not like just because like we want to say something to make our videos longer. No, it actually helps the algorithm out. So if this is going to truly be my full-time position, and if you eventually want me to buy the Arizona Cardinals out, right? You got to smack the like buttons, y'all. You got to. Because what happens is that, Joe Blow or Joe Schmo, the guy that loves the Arizona Cardinals but has nowhere to go, right? That has nowhere to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. They don't know about this channel because YouTube doesn't recommend it. You smack that like button and run up that like button over 100. People are like, oh, dang, who the heck is this guy with the mustache? What the hell? How did I not know this existed before? Because you smack the like button. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's easy. It's free. Nothing more. It's nothing but a G thing. It's all, just got to like it. Just got to like it. All right, y'all. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, guys. Whatever you guys are doing today, right? I know there's people at work. Actually, what are you guys doing right now? You guys are at work? You guys are at school? What are you guys doing? Laundry? What are you guys doing right now? Let me know in the chat before I let you guys go. Give me the funniest answers you can provide to me, and we can kind of go from there. Watch out for the Diamondbacks. I hope so. So, work, Chico. Appreciate you, Chico. Thank you so very much for being the first person to respond. Shout out to you. Thank you so very much for watching me while you work. Thank you. JK smoking with, there you go. Sometimes you just need a relief, man. Sometimes you need a relief. Corey, work. I'm at work. Okay, let's go. So far, people are at work. All right, I love it. Working from home, that's what you gotta do. Love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for coming through. You will be getting 2 more videos today. I'm gonna be dropping a video here pretty soon within the next 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. You're gonna be getting another one reacting to HBO Hard Knocks. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. The sign is still here. If I ever do, want to go to another game, I'm going to bring my Fire Kime and Fire Cliff sign, definitely for sure. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. It's been an absolute pleasure. Subscribe and also follow me on all my social platforms. That's the best way to communicate with me, FYI. All the social platforms are in the description of this video, and the handles were at the bottom. But have a great rest of your day, as always. Thank you so very much, and go Cards.